This lineup looks so inadequate next to the VP lineup. Tell me I'm wrong in some way. Give me some level of hope that Invictus Gaming can survive this onslaught.
Firstly, I do think they have a good way to actually kill the IO this game, and the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain has a lot of AoE bursts that IO struggles against. She also it struggles a lot versus mobile heroes too, and Night Stalker makes the game much more difficult for IO. Your positioning is much more difficult. You can't hide in the trees as much, and you can also silence the Wisp before he can tether away. That was one of my biggest criticisms for IG's line last game. They couldn't deal with the Wisp. And you know the Wisp is coming. It was first phase pick, so you have to have some sort of plan to deal with it. Or steal stacks. This game, yeah, they're going to have a hard time dealing with a super tanky, massive lineup with Wisp backing them up. But
wait, are they gonna? No,
nah, they're fine.
No, this is just muscling IG off the
might steal. Let's see if he can get the fissure into it. Pasha goes for the stun, and he does not get the rune.
XSS? Yeah, he got it.
Yep, that's good.
Pasha deny. Game's over, boys. 2 runes apiece is balanced. Oh wait, hang on.
I also think CM's like decent, I would say, this game. Like, they have Trian and IO in the early game. Oh, okay, Radiant Courier dead. Yeah, that's not a good start. I'm trying to look at the positives, bro.
This could be one hell of a landslide as far as an early game goes.
I think Earthshaker is okay in the matchup top. It's not great versus the Centaur, but
look at him
terrible.
go on bottom lane. It's just Frostbite, Nova, and Burning. Because he got Storm bolted up,
okay,
he couldn't attack. He couldn't go through.
They learned this game. You go on the Wisp, but not the Sven. Okay, that's already looking more promising.
Now they go on the Sven, but it baits the Wisp to come forward. The Hellfire Blast will connect, and Q spills first blood.
Look, this is good. IG have adapted. Like, I cannot believe the amount of times that they went on the Sven in lane last game. Now,
here we go again.
IO's gone.
IO will come back into the fight. The Storm Bolt connects on 2. Solo is currently fisting down Burning, and he will manage to achieve it.
Okay, they went back to not going on the Wisp.
Well, now they found the IO. They've run out of their Wraith King. So this
Pop the clarity. Oh god. Q's in a lot of trouble.
They're actually trying to man mode this one down. He's still got a Frostbite available. Bobik is coming back in. He doesn't actually have himself a Void just yet. He'll have it in a second, but the IO ticking down. They go for a 1-for-1 trade-off. It's a full slaughterhouse on the bottom. Hellfire Blast. Again, remember, there's no Void, so they turn their attention to Solo, who's tanking basically a creep wave and a half. So if you don't have the damage, use your friends. Your friends are your friends. Burning gets a double kill on bottom.
You would be friends with creeps.
Well, I gotta be friends with them before I kill them and take all their gold.
They stole your kill, though. They're your friendly creeps, dude. You don't kill your friends.
Now that I get more experience from killing them, yes, I do. That's a big creep wave on bottom.
Is that like assisted suicide when you deny them?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm here for you, bro.
Solo just got that range creep pseudo-deny.
Oh god, Q's coming in. Oh, they pull the creep wave over. They don't actually have the extra damage from the creep wave this time around, but it should still be enough. Ramses will fall. Solo run away, but Frostbite is down once more. Where's your crit? Where's your Fairy Fire? Lil is giving him the life and getting in front. Solo so low, Burning the committal. He's going for the kill under the tower. Really not certain if worth, but taken nonetheless.
Wow, this is more exciting than the entirety of last game already.
It was! You can fall asleep with a loss. It almost just feels like IG is just like, we don't fuck up draft. You know what? Let's just run at them. That's the new strat. How's our other lanes? We haven't even looked towards mid. OP versus no one. No one is winning quite heavily on CS.
It is important. Remember last game, what happened in the lane? They saw Tron try and they just backed off. They weren't up to the fight. And this looks like a completely different team. It's like, what? We're not going to run away. Are you serious? You think you're manly as Sven?
Run, OP! Oh, wait, with the Shadow Strike, no one. Does he actually tick down from this? He's bottle charging up, and yeah, he'll go down.
I mean, bottom lane too, there's just action going on everywhere.
Burning, 14 HP. Ramses, he's got a bolt available, but the Void, the range is still going to reach Burning. The Frostbite, it's over on the IO, and now IO will get his space, having to move away from the tether. Q underneath his own tier 1 tower will die, but Bobica, he's hunting the blood, but no! Lil tethers up to the range, creeping away. Bobica denied!
So sad. IO is... Io's a hero.
He is. He's a strength hero.
Now,
you may think he's an ethereal being, but really underneath all that light, he's got a bony structure.
I'm sad that he doesn't have the Arcana. Anyways, now that Tree is level 2, this lane gets a lot more difficult because now you actually have a way to protect the Wisp with double heal, and you have the War Cry on top of that. Actually, Sven's level 4. So going on the Wisp may not be so easy.
He did. Okay. So we started that one off. I was actually watching it from the beginning. Oh, okay, let's get back to the bottom lane anyway. Burning, solo on life. One more attack. Lil's the one who does it with a physical attack. The creeps were helping with a Hadouken through the middle of that engagement. As Baboka takes wing and flies away.
I don't think I want to have time to speak this game.
Do it now before Pasha ends up killing XSS. Russian Observer, keep up with this, bro.
Oh, he is about to kill XSS. Or is he not?
No, it's so close. XSS has been pushing the limit. And Bobika's dead.
I cannot believe the amount of kills that we had this game.
16 in 5 minutes.
That the person that has the least kills is Queen.
Oh, she's just in a one-on-one. That's all that is.
Well, she TV bottom trying to get that kill, but she didn't get any kills. The one brief low in the action.
Here they go again. Stormbolt on top of the Wraith King. Bobika, they're going in. Wraith Fire Blast up towards the IO. Living Armor is keeping Lil alive, not to mention the extra life he was giving over to Solo at the time. But now Bobika starts his run. Hellfire Blast, Stormbolt comes back off cooldown. So is the Hellfire Blast, punching into the Tree and Protector, so they get the burn on the leaves. He turns around for his own Leech Seed, allowing Ramses to stand and fight. Bringing down Burning, looking for Bobika, who again retreats to the other side of the tree line.
This is insane.
You know, there is an easy way. You know, they nerfed the ability to kill yourself to neutrals and come back to the lane. There's an easier way to come back. Die to enemy heroes and then come back to lane. Expend all your abilities, die again, and then rinse and repeat.
Usually you don't get this sort of matchup because usually heroes run out of mana. But you have IO on one side and you have CM on the other, and people are just still mass buying clarities. There's magic sticks.
The 100 gold mango, now complete value for Wraith King.
Dude, it's crazy what is going on in this bottom lane. But Wraith King traditionally seen as a very weak try-on-try hero, but in this game, I think he is playing it pretty well with how aggressively he's positioned himself. And yeah, you're okay with dying one-on-one because you're not a good hero in this super early phase in the game. You're clunky, your spell does not do that much damage, your crits.
The balance of power shall shift. Bristleback is moving down south. He has himself an Invis rune. And
he doesn't have goo, so he can only do so much.
He just came for the bounty. I think he just came in for the bounty. He's not going to miss any CS. Okay, he misses one. And then comes in from behind onto OP to force him out of the lane.
OP might need to go for more armor. I would say Veil is almost a certainty in this game because of the lineup that he's up against. You're up against a lot of physical mitigation. You need to be able to chunk down these huge HP pulls and to burst down the fragile Wisp with heavy burst, and Veil is one of the best items versus that. Blade Mail, I don't like so much because you're going to be returning a lot of physical, which isn't good because they have a lot of armor. So yeah, I think Veil is going to be really great.
Here they go again. Bobika in through the rear. Living Arm was giving him protection. Lil's waiting to tether in the Sonic Wave from OP. The damage is good, but the survivability is even better. Stampede was already up, allowing VP to disengage with both Ramses as well as Lil. Solo will not be so lucky. But the first big rotation from OP, and a Tree and Protector is the only one that dies.
They have played their trump card, the Queen of Pain TP with level 6.
At the same time, Stampede. And you wait for XSS. You think about the balance that comes in this top lane. He's got 46 for 14 CS against the 30 for 5. Obviously, he's a little bit ahead.
He's massive.
He's a level and a half ahead of Pasha. But if Pasha just gets close enough, actually, can he do it? With the Echo Slam damage, the 3 points up in the Enchant Totem, the 3 points up in Aftershock.
He has a lot of HP. 1200 HP is a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, even with Echo Slam, it may not be enough.
Don't think so. Oh, that's bad. You don't want the Earthshaker to get a lot of farm here because Earthshaker, that's another way for you to burst down the IO super, super quickly with a Blink Echo. And all these melee heroes are going to have a lot of trouble maneuvering around the fights when Earthshaker is this fat.
I question there would be enough damage to kill off Pasha. This may help him. Avoid to start with. Echo Slam keeps one stun, another totem, and they have enough with just a friendly neighborhood Night Stalker.
XSS is doing amazingly well in this lane, and eventually teams are going to see that, yeah, Magnus is not in vogue. His other heroes are not in vogue. Now it's all about the Earthshaker. They have been picking it non-stop for him, even prioritizing in the first phase, and he is very good with this hero.
Ramsey's trying to commit his God Strength to bring down the tower. Tier 1 tower will be fortified.
How scared would you be if you were CM right now? She's right to the south.
I would be trembling in my icy cold booties.
She's out.
Yeah.
By the way, she did have enough gumption to throw out that Crystal Nova.
All she's got to do is stay alive and keep the aura going. Just feed the fuel into the IG fire to keep the battle hole up and running. But at the same time, like that Sven, he got a lot of CS off that bottom lane. He's at 4.2k in the net worth, the same as the Earthshaker. It's a 3-2 on the Queen of Pain I'm more worried about. Like, does OP have enough momentum? Even when this Veil comes up, does he have enough momentum?
I think he will because of the Earthshaker. I think the Earthshaker like pulls their whole lineup together because it does a lot of things. Gives them burst for the IO, like I mentioned. It kites all these melee heroes, and it sets up burst on these other heroes. Like Wraith King, we saw him go for a third item blink. He got 20 minutes. This game will probably come out in like 30 minutes if he goes for the same build. And he needs ways to be able to get in there. He needs heroes to keep the opponents in place so that he can start right-clicking. And what other better way to do it with the Earthshaker with max Aftershock already 10 minutes into the game? He is massive. He's level 10 almost.
I'm wondering if he can fully Samael this. That's kind of where my brain is going on that. No one has to be, I say he has to be careful. He's got an Arcane Rune bolted up inside this Bristleback. He's very ready to fight anyone that comes at him. Sven, in the meantime, with the help of Lil, we're going full no Tidehunter here.
He didn't pop Warcry though.
No.
Before.
Failure.
Takes a lot of damage.
Failure to execute. And Bobika's nearby. Leech as much as you can.
The Earthshaker also has potential to get a Silver Edge later in the game. It's pretty common for Earthshakers to go Shadow Blade later, so that's another concern that you might have if you're a Bristleback. Bristleback is very farmed, and it looks like he's actually going to go for Radiance, Winter's favorite item on Bristleback.
I'm not sure if sarcasm or not.
Ask him yourself.
No.
Or ask him on the panel. Machine
Echo Slam, perfect from XSS. The stun, the follow-up with the Void and the Silence. Centaur. Okay. You feel you're good. You feel you got so much life. The Centaur, the tankiest. Actually, not currently the tankiest, just because he's so under-leveled.
He doesn't have any armor. The Tranquil nerf right there. If he had Tranquils right there, he might have survived with the extra armor. But the Enchant Totem hits way too hard right now. He was already level 10 there, so he had the 10 strength. And then he has Treads and the 10 strength.
Yep.
Like, he is hitting for probably like, 500 damage on Enchant, and you need armor to mitigate that.
I kind of want to see him pop totems. Right now he's 93, so that was 375, I think?
It's 103 times 5.
All right.
What you would get, so.
93 plus 372 right
He's an
now.
in.
Yeah, you're right.
So in strength it would be...
He's going to go again.
515.
Blink, Fissure, Totem 1, Totem 2, Silence, Void.
What?
Centaur had stick charges. It's the reason why he survives. Now they're going to relocate in. They're looking to shut down XSS. He gets himself another Totem Stomp off, but he can't get the movement out of here. 5 heroes from Virtus Pro are being committed to kill off the Earthshaker.
Sumail would have had a Treads and strength.
Obviously hasn't gone full Samael. But you never go full Samael.
You need that's really important. 10 of your attribute times 5.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big deal. 50 damage times 2.
OP's having some good time in mid. He brings the mid tower within denial range, blinks away from the Stormbolt.
They need time for Wraith King. This is the weak part of Wraith King's game, when he has no items and he's in between the 6 and 12.
Yep.
So he needs some me and my sword, me and my blunt sword time.
Me, my sword, and I.
And creeps. Friends
Oh.
in your case.
It's me, my Wraith, and Sven. Stormbolt to kick in. Damn, that damage is going to be high. Lil as well as Ben taking a fall, and ring burning down, and they're looking to having to do it again through the reincarnation. But friends have arrived. Bobika, remember who you're going on. It's Lil, so they silence up the Sven, so there's no Storm Bolt, and Lil can't get away. Ramses will now turn around as the silence wears off. Starts his own TP, the damage output. Ramses turns and fights. He needs some damage, some cleave, but doesn't have it. OP will take a double kill.
That is exactly what you do not want to happen when you go on a Wraith King. Yeah, you kill him once, and then you just both die. Yeah, he's not going to have ult for a bit, but he got so much out of that. His team got so much out of that. Killing the Sven's huge because he was already taking down tons and tons of Ancient Stacks, so he was very, very large. He was on top of everyone on net worth, and now fed that away.
It's kind of that one hero, too, we didn't really think about to do a hell of a lot of damage. Bobika, bottom lane, they're initiating onto him. IG, they need friends, and they don't really have it. 3 heroes go for this. Then again, Bobika, his movement speed is just so damn high. He's running up fast. He's got another 8 seconds until he can actually take flight, and the double edge, really? That reaches that far? Either way, kill,
they might get this mid tower, though. This space created.
Yeah,
this mid tower was very low. You're against Tree. This is definitely a better trade for you. And of course, he did buy right before he died. He is going for what looks like to be the Heavens Talbot first to make this Sven's life absolutely miserable. You need to be able to kite this Sven. I love this item choice. That smoke did get...
they smoked in the middle of the river at the mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
But it got scattered. It was scattered.
Okay. Oh, wait. They have so many wards over there?
Yeah,
oh,
they've got 3 observer wards on the northern side of this map. They are trying to protect Sven, allowing him to farm and catch up.
They got an observer ward down there, so not all is lost. They probably know that something's up now that nobody is there, but VP has a very good system of wards on that left side of the map, and I'm surprised they don't have any on the bottom side, but Wraith King has ditched. Wraith King doesn't have his ultimate, realizes he needs a GTFO out of bottom.
Yep. So he farms underneath the vision. But the hilarious thing is the safest place for him to farm at the moment. Just because Invictus Gaming have got so many resources on the northern side of the map.
I mean, so do VP. You have to be very wary of that relocate because he doesn't have Reincarn for another 100 seconds, and he's very low, and he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so he can't escape that gank. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for Blink Dagger earlier.
They want to go mid. Pasha is... Actually, he's not aware of this. Now the darkness triggers, they are probably a little bit more aware of this.
So much for the crack of dawn and the cock-a-doodle-doo. Instant night. Screw you, cock-a-doodle-doo.
I hate the daylight. I'm a gamer, man. Close those curtains.
Get that glare off my screen.
I hiss at the moonlight.
Well, they have a Radiance coming out pretty shortly, so Virtus Pro is not unhappy taking this pace of the game, I would say. I don't think they're happy about it, though. Like they got run at by IG. Look at their lineup. Their lineup is just screams running. They have Stampede.
Dude, IG have a 1,700, like a 1,600 gold advantage at the moment. A 2K experience advantage. This was never meant to happen. It was meant to be VP with the unkillable lineup. Of course, this lineup is going to hit a beautiful point coming into the mid game. So for all of this wonderful stuff happening early on, where we're being very happy, joy about it, it still can fall on its ass. Crystal Maiden caught out. Stampede will help kill her off.
Now that they have the Blink Dagger on Centaur, they have more plays available to them, but they don't have the greatest setup for relocate. Like, Blink Centaur stun is just okay, I would say. When you're versus a Queen of Pain, you want something way longer than a Hoof Stomp to be able to set you up. And because Earthshaker already has Blink, he is much more difficult to gank, and he's very close to a Shadow Blade. So Silver Edge, we could potentially see coming out before 25 minutes if he keeps working at it and doesn't keep dying. Actually, he's only died once, but... And then now Wraith King is going to start to get involved very, very shortly. He will have his Dezo soon. And then you have to look back towards game number 1 where IG got back in the game, able to sneak in Roche on the exact timing of the Dezo hitting from Burning.
And if that happens again and VP lose this game, like it's gotta...
Yeah.
It's gotta tilt you a little bit.
Yeah.
OP, worried he's been watched, push down the sentry ward. They got 2 sentry walls, IG, looking for solo scouting. The creep wave started attacking solo, so solo knows where one of these sentries is.
So the Observer Wars are about to expire, but luckily that will coincide with Bristleback's Radiance timing, and now they can actually fight. This Radiance is coming out extremely early, and it's not a Radiance rush. It's a Vanguard Radiance.
Is it worth like Burning switching his item build here? Because like we go Desolator then into Blink Dagger, but to fight underneath the Radiance, is he going to need something a little more potent?
I don't think the Radiance is enough. Radiance alone is enough to justify going for anti-mischance like MKB or
top lane
or Solar.
Blink to Echo should be able to do it, but does he just want solo? Oh, okay, yep, that's a yes. Hit, pump him, bring him down. And now, Relocate's arriving. He's got the Shadow Amulet to work with. Not dusted up, but he can't go invis in time, and he doesn't have enough of a stun.
He should have invised up. That would have wasted a lot of their time, but he was more concerned about buying Shadow Blade. Pretty reasonable, because you kind of expect them to have detection. And still no signs of detection coming out from Team Virtus Pro. I see no dust and only sentries in Solo's inventory after already dying once. And it's only one sentry. So daytime, there's about a minute left. Darkness is up if they want to make it perma nighttime. By perma, I mean 5 minutes, but with the Radiance timing, they've definitely seen on no one. I don't know if they want to take a fight right now. Burning is not quite fight ready. Yeah. It's a me, my sword, a me, whatever. I don't even know what you said. Me, my sword, and I?
Yeah, me, my sword, and I think is the best way you could do it.
Yeah. That's a nice ring to it.
Well, it's lyrics, bro. Heal Scepter on bottom lane, OP. It's his defensive one, allows him to escape the overgrowth of the Treant Protector and then just blink away to safety.
Just another good item coming out from the side of IG. Yule is very good at hiding the Sven and dodging some Bristle Quill Spray so you don't have any stacks, and of course get yourself out of the root like we just saw. So on the side of Virtus Pro, what items do we have coming out? We see a Sage and Yasha come out from Sven, so he doesn't need a blink because he has the IO with him. And the Radiance I do like a lot though, because I think they are just going to ignore him in a lot of the fights, and he needs to be able to put out that amount of damage that you want to not be ignored. Same with the idea of Wraith King's build. If you don't go, if you go blink first, you just don't do any damage. They don't care if you initiate.
The jump. Crystal Maiden, all she wanted to do was D-Ward. The Fidget might create space, but the Relocate is going to pull Sven as she's the Bristleback right on top of the Tier 1 tower. They can move forward towards the Earthshaker. There was no Echo Slam. It was down for 16 seconds when that engagement begun.
Yeah, and you have to think twice about was that Treant kill really worth it? If he has Shadow Blade, perhaps? Or if he TP'd out and then the Shadow Amulet immediately? Yeah, maybe it's worth it, but right now, they got mid tower, they got 2 Earthshaker kills, they got a CM kill, and they get Roshan because he went for a rather excessive play.
This is the reverse game one. This is VP finding that perfect opportunity. And they already want to go for more. Centaurs looking towards the mid so we can blink. Hoof Stomp onto Burning. They've already got the Aegis Immortal. Bring friends over. Wraith King is massively slowed up just because of that Leech Seed. Stormbolt. They can now arrive from Ramses. Armor toggled out. Crystal Maiden tries to create space. Combining that up. No, it's the root. Actually cancels the ultimate. As Wraith King, he was slowing him down with the reincarnation, but no one will start to stack up on those cool sprays, and Burning has no other choice. He must TP out, but he can't even do that. He died all the way back at base. His body was sent home to his parents.
How did he die there?
I am not exactly certain. Was it an earn charge, I think, from Lil?
Well, it said no one got the kill. So maybe a Radiance tick outside, maybe...
Do Quills break from TP? How fast do they fly?
Theoretically, it should travel, just to where it was. I don't know if you can disjoint it, but it should have had the travel time. I don't know. There's probably some weird stuff with that because...
He definitely died after the TP happened.
Yeah.
And it's not just because the body was sent back. Sometimes he can do that and you die on the spot, but the TP still completes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We haven't seen the Quill Spray have a projectile for quite some time, so...
Yeah, where's our combat log?
Who knows?
All right.
It's either Radiance or Quill Spray.
Hoof Stomp, finding out Queen of Pain, Pasha. OP's going to go in deeper, and he will be okay. Solo, too far away. Also wouldn't have had the root ready.
The right click is good enough. He doesn't have level 4 Nature's Guys. You don't actually see that very often just because level 4 Nature's Guys is ridiculous. You get 2 seconds reduction on the cooldown instead of 1 at every other level, and you get more move speed. It's nice to be fast.
Here comes IG.
what little window left they have of nighttime. I don't know. Fighting in a bristleback who's this farmed and with ages is going to be really difficult.
They're going on tree again. Solo is down here. He's going to break the smoke. Dust has to pop off, and they are going to find him. A quick silence, but here comes Ramses. The Fissure! It actually caught partial source Ramses on the back line, so they couldn't attack him straight away. Nightstalker will have to give up his life, so 1-for-1 trade-off. They're hunting for more Virtus Pro, and XSS is waiting in the tree lines. The spirits from Lil are so close. The ball's finally slapped the Earthshaker, and Hoofstomp Pasha barely missing.
Oh, it's close. This Shadow Blade has not panned out for him at all. Maybe a Force Staff might have been better for him at this point. I can definitely see where it was going because you want some way to deal with the Bristleback, especially with how big that he is.
Yep.
But it's not actually the Bristleback that's causing the most issue.
Bottom lane, XSS, he has to blink in. The Echo Slam catching Force over the Fissure and the Sonic Wave. OP, the combo is nice, but they've only killed off the IO. At the same time, they killed off the IO. They did their objective right. OP finds one of the trees. They'll shut down Ramses. And now, last but not least, it's the Bristleback. Careful of the Quill Spray stacks. Burning is already quite low. Maybe you just have to trigger his reincarnation. Keep the Bristleback slowed up so he cannot run away. Solo is in the neighborhood, and looks like Burning will just burn the reincarnation.
Not worth going for Bristle. Killing him once is already a pain in the ass, and then killing him twice is simply not worth it.
You said at the start of the fight that to kill off the IO. Yep. And originally I'm just like, oh, wow, they got the least important target, but it's actually the most important target.
He's the easiest to kill. Look at their lineup. Bristle, Centaur, Sven. These heroes are not easy to kill. And if you have an IO in the back with living armor healing them up, it's going to be even more impossible. So, yeah, kill the IO first. That was a great echo by XSS, great Sonic Wave follow-up, and VP are still in a very commanding lead, I would say. The net worth is only 1,500, but they have a lot of momentum going towards them, and I think their items are finally starting to come together to the point where IG are going to struggle a lot to kill these frontliners, and once IO is in the trees and in the fog, hopefully during the daytime, so Nightstalker won't be able to find her out, then they'll be able to have the fight that they want.
Here comes VP. No Echo, no reincarnation.
BKB up on
already.
Ramses.
Bobico is prepared to... can they? Yeah, they can. Well, actually, no, they don't have any quick way to kill off the Observer Ward. So while they can see it, they can't kill it. So OP jumps forward, Fissure block, actually locking Ramses inside the Radiant base. They'll Lotus Orb him up to try and protect, and that's when Pasha goes in ham, right on top of the Crystal Maiden. Solo's protection was there to help bounce, so was the BKB on Ramses. The tier 3 tower, still fairly low. Ramses trying to bring it down a little bit lower than that. With the help from Lil, they actually can't do much. Again, this visual line is perfect from XSS, and Echo is off cooldown right now. It's back up and running. The creep wave's coming in. They're looking for all the amplification they can get, and it may just be enough. They know Ramses has no BKB. The Fissure, it stuns the IO as well, but Ramses a Sonic Wave. It doesn't spill out far enough. XSS is now in way too deep. He'll end up falling down, and no one's pushing in harder. OP has to blink himself out to safety. No one will become the Rax hitter.
Where the hell was OP for that? That was a great echo. They were about to kill the Sven. They just needed one more ulti. And the Sonic Wave came after the Wisp Burst Heal had already come out.
Oh, they've lost the Wraith King. Reincarnation gets triggered once more. And it's not the slow they wanted to have really set up this team fight. Q needs distance as well. The Quill Spray is killing him off. He can't even stay close enough to let the freezing field go. And OP, the absent one, is now wondering how the hell has he stopped this Bristleback? And they forced half the Crystal Maiden in. Pasha, that was so beautiful. He blinked, forced half the CM into his own Hoofstomp.
Poor CM. After that fight, it's very difficult for IG to come back. I also think that Wraith King should have varied his build. You mentioned that, like, yeah, probably he should have changed build. I personally like Maelstrom a lot when you're versus a Sven. Like, going for physical damage is just not worth it in this scenario. And with Maelstrom, you also do a lot more spread damage. It gets 4 melee heroes plus Wisp. All these heroes are going to be close together. You also have Echo Slam. Like, these heroes are going to be clumped together quite often, and I think this build has limited his damage output way too much.
Burning is already having to trigger off the defensive shrine. No one just stands his ground on 2.3k HP,
this
continuously living armored, continuously Lotus Orbed up. They can't initiate. Q knows if he frostbites, he's just going to die anyway.
The Lotus Orb blocks a lot of things. It takes out Crippling Fear, Void, Shadow Strike, and more importantly, I think Frostbite. So yeah, just Lotus Orb yourself, and it gives a much needed mana regeneration because you want the Wisp to mostly be tethered to defend this game, so he can just chunk people down in 2 or 3 hits.
God, this game, Virtus Pro, you're 1 lane of racks up. How long have we got till Roshan? So maybe up in 1 minute time. There is the double damage rune.
I think it was a nice try with the Wraith King. I can see where they have the idea. It's like, oh, they want this frontliner, so all these like relatively difficult to hit spells like Echo Slam and Sonic Wave, you need heroes to clump up to get this sort of perfect positioning for these targeted ultimates. But when the enemy team has way tankier heroes than you, like Wraith King is actually just going to get run down and die twice.
Yep. That's where you're going to start to see the arrival of defensive items. Right now, the Crystal Maiden is hoping to get somewhere near a Solar Crest. But get the medallion to start with. XSS got himself a 4-star to go with his Blink Dagger and Shadow Blade. So all about maneuverability from him.
They at least have the Halberd on Night Stalker, but that's coming out pretty late. 29 minutes for
I don't even know how he gets in close enough to really use it and still survive.
What? The range is pretty good.
Is it really?
Disarm cast range 600.
True.
600 is a heck of a lot.
But it's still going to bring in range of the Bristle.
Bristle has Octarine. It is... okay, you cannot kill this guy.
1,800 net worth. Yeah.
And he has a spell steal talent. So he has like 35% life steal on Radiance and Quill Spray.
Can you burst him?
No. If he's facing you, yeah. But that's with Wisp and Tree with their eyes off the keyboard. And Warcry not being popped. Even then, it's what Echo, Sonic Wave plus Veil, Shiva's, Scream, Shadow Strike, Void, and Wraithfire Blast. I actually don't think that's enough with the Vanguard, because the thing about it is, while you go on him, he's still going to be life stealing with the Radiance, and you're going to have some mischance involved. I don't think they can straight up kill him, even as he's facing him, if he's at full HP. If he's at like 2,000, yeah, for sure.
IG are just hoping they can get some level of a pick before. Like, you're seeing the Night Stalker running himself around, trying to find somebody out of position. The only one they're going to find is Solo, but they don't really find him. Solo being the invisible man.
You don't go on Solo. Because if you don't walk...
They're going to smoke right on top of Solo? No. That's just too cruel for IG.
In a team fight, if you go on Solo, he gets Lotus Door, he casts Root, he dies, and then everyone else on IG dies. So it's...
Oh, he feels so good.
Not easy.
Like, he's right behind him. Bernie's going to get stunned. This is just Ramses trying to force him to come out, and then you get the 3-man overgrowth on the back line, and Ramses cleave. 1, 2, let it swing, let it ding. Can he find a target? XSS has to protect himself at the moment inside the Shadow Blade and far away from danger. OP will not be so lucky. Rooted up, hoof stomped up, and brought down.
Wow, that could have ended so much worse. That was a great 3-man root by Solo. Solo just doing the scouting duties. This is why Tree is almost a month's ban for a lot of teams. And they split quite nicely. I think Night Stalker used Hunter Knight to fly over to the left side, Shadow Blade by the Earthshaker, and Yules on the Queen of Pain to stop that incoming Great Cleave.
XSS is trying to prepare himself, but this Observer Wall, they're sitting inside the base. It sees too much at the moment. They saw the smoke. They understand Invictus Gaming are trying to get around. That's why no one perfectly positions, breaks the smoke. They jump into the back lines. They're looking towards the Tree Protector. Burning's actually going on him. The Echo Slam. He went first. He didn't get close enough. I think the Radiance actually ticked us, and the Blink Dagger didn't have any effect. So you forced off XSS back in again. Burning's on the front lines trying to fight. At least he has his reincarnation to work with, and he needs more help. OP being stunned up. Solo, finally they bring him down. Both the supports, both the living from Virtus Pro have been brought down, but it's still the Bristleback on your front lines, beating into your ranks. Trigger 9-time all you want. Hoof Stomp is going to trigger off the reincarnation of the Wraith King. He needs more space, however. 36 seconds before his back off cooldown once more. And no one continues the attack. The Halberd is off cooldown in 1 second time, so at least they can disarm Bristleback, hold him in position. You can Shadow Strike back and forward. OP has a blink to dodge his own ability coming back at him. Hold the Bristleback in position. Try and bring him down. Try and push him off the melee racks. If this doesn't work, the Aya can just relocate in the Tree Protector and get the perfect ultimate. But they're not. They're going to walk their way forward. For now, VP will bail.
A Star Wars defense by IG, but Their lifeline is limited. Bristle has not even seemed close to being mortal in these fights. He is beyond godlike. He just is this unstoppable frontliner that the analysts were talking about. Like, you just can't kill Bristleback. Even Silver Edge I don't think is going to matter.
Nope. You need a better way to get through this Bristle. Catch him while the Lotus Orb is down and just say if you could have Bloodthorn, maybe then you'll have enough damage.
They need a gem on IG. They need to be able to catch out the tree and kill him cleanly.
They've also got to kill off the wards. VP have got so much information inside the base.
Yeah, you're on your last breath. You might as well buy gem. It doesn't matter if you lose it right now. You just have to be able to have a good fight inside your base where they don't have vision, where you can find the tree and nothing fishy is happening.
They sentry, but it's too far away from the obs ward.
I guess no one can
Both
really
of
buy
their
a gem.
sentries are actually just too far away from the obs.
Everyone's too poor. I think Ghost Scepter would have been really good for Earthshaker this game. Because I was questioning, okay, what should he have bought after the Blink Dagger? Ghost Scepter owns Sven, owns Bristle. These two heroes do not buy Diffusal Blades. And there's not really too much of a way that VP can take advantage of him having a Ghost Scepter. And it would have been able to keep him alive, to kite the BKBs, and to stun lock them further so that his team can actually do damage. But
we still understand why he did what he did. He was still looking for the Silver Edge. With the quick farm timing, you could understand why he went what he did.
But in hindsight, because you always have to reevaluate what could you have done better in the game. And in this game, it didn't pan out. Yeah, it worked. It was good at the time. But if you're in this situation again, now you know.
VP is smoking behind the lines and letting no one, their Aegis carrier, just sit and attack. Let the tier 3 tower fall. Solo's got his own Blink Dagger, so now he can get a perfect overgrowth if he wants to. The smoke will break. He's a little bit too far away from his own tree lines, and now they finally are going to realize where that bloody Obs Ward was the entire time. It has been brought down. Ramses comes in through the mid. God Strength BKB. There's no fortification. That melee ranks is his. The top will fall in just a bit as well. No one brings down the tier 3 tower there. And what do? You can't go on the Bristle. It's pointless to do so.
That was a safe BKB by Sven. He could have potentially gotten Echo Slam stun locked, so I do think that was a good BKB use, even though it didn't really look like he was under any sort of fire. And it got them a melee racks for free. They can just wait and reset with God Strength and BKB if they like, or they can just pressure with the Bristle back in front, who is still unkillable.
Yep. With the Aghanim Scepter on the center, he's even more unkillable.
Oh, man.
Yep. Yep.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. So this is the mid game we were fearing. That was the hope. We were in Candyland for a while of like, hey, IG can fight. IG can do something here. And then what the panel were worried about, what we were all worried about, really came online. Now the Tree Protector, Sonic Wave is committed, but the Stampede, he escapes at the same time as the Orca was about to trigger. The Stampede kicked in. He didn't take enough damage.
There were a lot of small things that went wrong for IG, I think, in the mid-game. I think, firstly, Wraith King needed to be able to fight earlier. Maybe they could have contested the stacks a little bit earlier with Earthshaker instead of farming top for so much. And then, secondly, they just didn't fire too well in some of the team fights. They did very well in the T2 on bottom, but other than that, I didn't see that great a coordination from IG.
Living Armor and Lotus, no one's going back in. He's got a heart now on top of this Bristleback. 3.9k HP they have to get through, not including all of the lifesteal he's getting from both his talent and the Octarine and the second life he has from the Aegis the Immortal. Right now, no one can 1v5 if he wants to. Pasha, Hoof Stomp out, they find the Wraith King, but the bigger one, the Queen of Pain, her magical burst damage is removed from the field. It's a Bloodthorn on Ramses, hence the huge crits. The Tree Protector will fall, and you'll get the buyback out from him, but you've got Megas now. And IG, you said yourself, they rarely just tap out of the game. They fight to the bitter end. That's exactly what they're doing. They're looking for an opening, but with Night Stalker falling, Burning going down, the Reincarnation will trigger, but they have admitted defeat. GG will be called out. Virtus Pro, they got pushed in this series. Wait, hang on. Burning, did they actually fake the GG? No, they let it go. They let it go through. Virtus Pro will take the series 2-1 against Invictus Gaming.